And today, we have a very, very unique, a little bit of a change on our program. So one of the mentors that we have here is our very own Business Sherpa, Mr. Shan Shanbhag. You see Shan sitting up here if you've been here for a while. You're going to see some things that you sit there and you go, how on earth did anybody do that? And it's pretty incredible, but we're going to get some of the more than 60 years of wisdom from Shan and some things, and he's going to talk about not only a little bit, the first 20 minutes, he's going to talk a little bit about kind of how his brain works and stuff, and then we're going to walk through some of the things that he's created and kind of share with you what he's done with a team. We'll do that through a Q&A type of a thing. And it'll give you an opportunity to really get some nuggets for leadership, running a team, team management, all kinds of things. So I highly encourage you to make sure you have your journals out, take notes, because as they say, the shortest pencil is always better than the longest memory. So with that, I want to introduce to you Dr. Shan Shanbhag.
Good morning. Most of you know me. My name is Shan Shanbhag. I call myself a Business Sherpa. Can you hear me? Yeah, good. Thank you. I will be 87 soon. Most likely I'm the oldest in the room. I have type 2 diabetes for the last 53 years. I take 4 insulin shots a day. I work 7 days a week. This is to me is a work. And I sleep less than 4.5 hours a day for the last 53 years. Okay? Otherwise, I'm a very normal person. Today, we are going to do something different. I have a lot to share with you. That's what I do, my blog, writing and everything. But I thought today I will try to condense it, my 62 years of experience, in 40, 50 minutes. In fact, I'm going to cover 6000 BC. That is not British Columbia, it's before Christ, to end of 21st century. There are another 74 years to go. I'm going to cover everything within 40, 50 minutes. Think for a minute, okay? That's what I do, by the way. Complexity to simplicity. Everything I do is simple, simple, simple. Okay. So this slide tells everything you need to know. I create something out of nothing, literally. You know my name. My name is Sherpa. You know, Sherpa is basically the person who guides you climb the mountain. I don't know whether you know. That's Tibetan. I know all the business mountains. And I help guide you, take you there. That's what it is. Guiding startups and business of today to meet their customers and consumer needs of tomorrow. I have to know tomorrow. Tomorrow could be next month, 2 years from now, 50 years from now. I have to know that in advance so I can guide you, okay? So, let me see. Focus is going to be basically innovations, the foundation for enabling and creating jobs. That's all I do. There's a reason for it. I wrote about myself, Shan's story, 1 page about me. That's it, 1 page. I don't know, some of you may have it. Otherwise, I'll make sure I get to you. You know why I am who I am today, the way I am today. This is where everything starts. Curiosity is the foundation for creativity. Creativity is the foundation for inventions. Inventions are the foundation for innovations. Innovations are the foundation for competitive edge. Without a sustainable competitive edge, we have no business to be in the business. I write a death certificate right there and then. That I decide, blink of an eye when anybody presents it. That takes 1.75 seconds. I can visualize the whole thing, okay? Imagine the person sitting there with a hand, That's me while I was about 5 years old. At that time, we didn't have radio, television, none of that stuff, okay? No cameras or anything. But you have to imagine, that's me. In the classroom, teacher asked, what is 2 plus 2? Me, everybody. Everybody started saying 4, 4, 4, 4. While they were saying, I said, why not 5? I still don't know why I said that. They started laughing. Teacher was mad, I can see that. I said, before they stopped, why not 22? Who wants this 2 in the square, the cross and everything? 22. She got really mad. Everybody laughed. She calls my sister from another room. She was about 18 months older. She made her come over, hold my nose and slap me in front of everybody. Everybody started laughing. I didn't get mad. She didn't want to, but she yelled at her, do it. She did it. That's the best thing happened. Otherwise, you would have not seen me in this room today. I would have been gone 30, 40 years ago. Okay? That's the best thing about it. 2 plus 2 was 22. Stuck with me. Now it is 2,000,002 and 2,000,000,002. That's what I do. Everything. Okay? That's the origin of my thing. So, why listen to Shan? Just because old man? Here are the things. My experience, there's an inventor, innovator, entrepreneur, implementer, imaginator, and blue ocean strategy practitioner. All me. I have more than 62 years of experience covering all these things. And you have to know, I will spend more time, blue ocean strategy is very, very important for you to survive and succeed. I created that. At that time, it's called goal-oriented. I implemented in General Foods in the 70s. That's the same as blue ocean strategy, creating a niche, okay? Remember now, everybody comes up with invention, this and this and this and that. Doesn't mean a thing unless you implement and make money. That's where we fail, okay? My North Star is minimize human suffering and deliver happiness via enabling and creating jobs. That's it. I breathe every second, day and night, and in the sleep also. The reason is I was one of them. I was suffering. I didn't have a penny. I didn't have any shoes or anything, okay, till age 17, okay? I went to the dentist first time at age 18, okay? At this height, I was 119 at 19, about 20 years old, okay? I have gone through that. And I don't want even my enemies, I don't have any enemies, I don't want even my enemies to go through that. I'm determined, that's my why. Everything I do, that's the purpose, and that my why is to minimize the human suffering, okay? This is it. This is my plate. All these products you see, brands, are my brands. My fingerprint everywhere. There are many more I didn't put there. I started at Unilever. I don't sell any product in my entire life. I make you buy my brand. In your pantry, at least 20 or 30 products are with my fingerprint. Everybody has it, depending on the size of the family, okay? So these, I want you to take a picture of this, but I will explain to you some of them later on, but this is it. I started at Unilever and General Foods, those were the largest 2 companies in the world. They treated me like unbelievable. They saw something in me I never knew. I'm creative, innovative kind of a thing. I didn't know what the word meant at that time. And then they saw some leadership skills. I didn't know that. I'm doing all these things. I took a lot of classes. I have 4 degrees and 10 years of college, and you name it, I got it. But I never took a finance, accounting, marketing, or business. I teach that at graduate school right now, okay? Everything self-taught. I know a lot about brain, how the brain and mind works, everything self-taught. Okay? That's where it is. So these are all my products. Most of them I created in the 1 or 2 in the morning, brand names and taglines. Okay, I can talk about that later on. Take a picture of this, ask me anything you want to later on, I will go through that. Shan's contribution to the business world. there is some more to go. The top 3 are going to be there. I will be gone any day, but they will be there, and I will talk about that. First is microwave in every kitchen. Because of me, you have a microwave. We'll talk about that. Invention of air fryer. I created air fryer. I will go to that detail a little bit. Those 2 are creating jobs unbelievable. We'll talk about that. EV transports, clean city. I have one of my amazing mentee called Glenn Cook. He has about half a dozen projects with me, doing amazing things. Okay, we'll talk about that. So then there's natural hair coloring with Unilever, post food and fiber, tank for astronauts. That's my product. Okay. Now I'm growing tomatoes and lettuce in Mars capsule so that Elon Musk can go and have his salad. Okay? That's what I'm doing. Okay, I hope he goes there. He will have his salad. Sugar-free, all those products. Pop Rocks. Anybody heard Pop Rocks? Yep. I commercialized that. Made in 2 years, $72 million, and sold the hell out of it because I didn't want to be part of it because I was afraid of breaking the jaws. There was no control pop. I was scared to death. We unloaded it in 2 years, made $72 million. Okay. Then Crystal Light, I wrote the formula. It made, when I left General Foods, made $1.6 billion profit. Right now, I don't know. It's there. You can see it everywhere. Slim Pass is one of the best one. I'll talk more about it. Good to the last drop. This is the coffee. One of the best one. I will talk to you how I promoted the good to the last drop. Okay. And Sanka, orange color. You can see from 50 feet away. That is decaf. You don't have to worry. That's the whole purpose of that. I don't have to read the label. See, that's at that time. It was done 50, 60 years ago. Good to the last. Then no meat products. I had all the damn product in 1978, 80 kind of thing. They pulled the rug out of under me. I had all the hot dog, everything. They bought Oscar Mayer. Okay, they didn't tell me before they bought it. I would have said no to it. Okay, then I have a integration of Ronzoni, Entenmann, and Oscar Mayer. All those things I did in the last 6 months of my stay at General Foods. So you could see I'm everywhere. Okay, it's unbelievable feeling, so good. I have at least $30 billion businesses in the marketplace, and they are there for 60 plus years. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is to me is a Picasso worth $1 billion. This is my family. At age 9, 1948, we had 0 graduates in the family. Right now, 23, I tell you much more, 132 and counting. Most likely it's around 160 as of today, graduates in every discipline you can think about. 5 doctors, about 18 PhD and postdocs, about 18 MBAs, you name it, they're all over the world and creating jobs. 70 are men, 62 are women, 62 are men and 70 are women, and about 22 at that time entrepreneurs in the family. They're all over the world, especially women. I'm so damn proud about it. Women are ruling our family, actually. This is where I see everything, business model. Everybody, I have more than 100 business models, every team and everything. When they talk to me within 15 minutes, I create this in my mind. Everybody's, okay? What problem you are solving, who you are solving it for, who is your customer, what you are selling it, how you are selling it. By the way, customer gets what they want to, when they want to, where they want to. You don't decide that. That's where you guys fail. It's the customer decides how you want it. That's why AWS is so popular. FedEx is so popular. They deliver 100 minutes. And then you keep them happy. Catching, you create dollars. And there is a cost associated with doing a business. And revenue better go up, cost better come down at the same time, and you start seeing profit, otherwise you don't have a business. That's where you guys fail. 99% of the people fail in my head. I write a death certificate when I'm talking to them within 15 minutes. I write no, you're not going to make it. But I write a birth certificate for everybody I talk to, because everybody has some knowledge, skill, and experience. Doesn't matter who you are. You don't need a degree. You have that basic thing. Even if you're mowing the lawn, lemonade stand. You know why? You know about money. Think for a minute. You do those things. So I believe that everybody has it, and my job is to get the best out of it. That's all I do every waking hours, helping people to get the best out of them. Don't give up on it. Here are the thing. In any given business, there are about 6, maybe more than 6 avatars. You have to know who they are. You have to deal with it. Most of the time, decision maker is the one. But no, there is a guy called this guy. This guy is the one you have to watch out for. Saboteur. There's always a saboteur. Saboteur is usually the competition. But no, majority of the time inside your department itself, you better find out quickly who the hell it is and either get rid of it or become on board. That's the number one reason a lot of people fail. Other one is at the top. The visionary, the leader is not a visionary, founder, and no, they're not going to make it. Doesn't matter how much they are. I talk to people, oh, Sean, I'm doing this one for the last 40 years. I know. Oh, yeah? I'm 87, got it? I know it. I'm changing every day. I'm making the change, everybody. I'm the change agent. I'm ahead of everybody. I'm going to set the rules of the game. I'm the umpire and jury. That's why I could win all those things. Don't sit back, okay? So this is one thing. Everything starts with a problem. If there's no problem, there's no business. You can go home, okay? But I go to the root cause of the problem. Everything is the root cause of the problem. Right now, everybody is stressed out because you don't have any control. Everything outside of kind of thing. Everything starts, my God is better than your God. That's where it started. You can check back 1600 years ago. Okay? My God is better than God. And we kill each other. I am better than you. That's the attitude. Okay? So, opportunity is plenty. We say, oh, 95% fail. No, only 50 to 95% of the starters fail. 50%, literally. Why so low? The reason is there are about 10,000 your farmers market people make a living. They are all business people, but they are better than most of us because they know every night their cash flow. Got it? Check it out. They know how to manage it. They don't have tomorrow otherwise. And they are feeding their family and everything. And by the way, that's where Starbucks started. Okay, check it out. That's where Panera started. Mr. Cavelli started. He bought McDonald's. Then he had 57 McDonald's. Then he has now 300 Paneras. They started with a few potatoes. I will tell a story. I wrote a story about them. And right now, they're worth more than $2 billion. Okay. Everything starts climbing a mountain. When you were born, you didn't know where you were going to end up with. Okay? But you slowly, within 3 years, your brain is wired already. Okay? It determines. Then you get education and everything, you climb. So that's what I help people climbing the mountain. Okay? Now that's an important thing, value, innovation, and implementation. I'm going to talk about, when you are born, if you are normal birth, about 10 billion neurons are there. 10 billion, I don't know how the hell they counted them, but 10 billion neurons are there. Okay, as simple as that. Actually, neurons start while you're 7-month pregnancy. They are very, very soft. But baby is listening to you. Okay, that's why you said don't drink, don't do this, don't do curse, because baby is picking it up through vibration. They listen. And once they are done, they cry. You know why? Finally, I'm free. That's the cry. They think they are free. They want to go back, actually, when they realize the world. Think about a minute. We have a mess in the world. Okay. I'm going to explain to you within 21 neurons, or entire thing I'm talking about, instead of 10 billion neurons. Green are the knowledge. You have the knowledge in the classroom or whatever. Other one is experience. Those two together make who you are. By the way, everybody here came to this morning. Everybody has about 35,000 decisions you make every day. 35,000. You made several thousand already this morning, especially while waiting at the stoplights and everything. And then the so-called thoughts we have, anywhere from 6,200 to 62,000, depending on how crazy you are. Those things make you who you are. When you came here, all that entire life, you made a decision, that's who you are. Think for a minute, okay? Yeah. It's called, I'm trying to help rewire your brain without touching you. That's what I'm trying to do, okay? So this is what it is in the brain. They are the same neurons. They connect each other. They try to. Neurons connected to each other to get somewhere else, kind of thing. It's called AI or scientific intelligence. I possess that. But I go one step further. This is what I see, emotional intelligence. Every business you have, I create into certain image in my head. Cat. Most of the things I go with the dogs. There are 166 breeds of dogs. I can have different shapes and everything. I create that in my head. Just that I have to. Otherwise, I can't help you out. So this is the way I did everybody's businesses. Usually I do that within, when they start giving presentations, I do that within first 2-3 seconds. I do that, but then I validate it later on. Okay. Now I'm in trouble. Last 2-3 years, AI comes and messes my brain. Now I look at that. That's the way I see it in my brain. Okay. Look at, these are the same dots. Everything's the same as first of all. But my brain is what I call is neurons fire together, they wire together. And that becomes your habit. We are all creatures of habits. We have nothing but habits to hell, majority of us. You have to create that habits to heaven. So you get rid of one bad habit, bring one good habit, and celebrate. Get rid of one bad habit, good habit, celebrate. That's what. That means you have to believe you want to change. If you are happy, don't bother it. If you want to do something different, you have to change. Otherwise, you can't blame anybody but you. That's what I'm telling you, okay? This is the way, let me see, I don't want to mess around with it. I want to go further. I want to go to
press next and see if it does it.
next.
Yeah, just the arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at this one. This is the way my brain works. There are about 5 or 6 those neurons, big ones. Look at how they're connecting each other. Because I'm thinking. Wherever I focus, that's where it goes. They get wired, connected to each other, and then I practice that becomes permanent. That's what happens in the middle of the night. Most of the time, I go to bed with certain thoughts, and I get a dream, and the dream, this answer is coming there. I get a brand name, all those brand names and taglines and logo and everything created there. I used to send 1 or 2 in the morning to my mentees. Here is the thing. They said, why do you go? You're waking me up at 2 in the morning. I said, hell, I'm working, you're snoring. I am working for you. Take it. Now I don't have to worry about it. It's coming better and better and better. Okay. This is what happens. Everybody's brain, whether they do it or not. But you have to intentionally work on it. Focus and work on it, okay? This is what it is. You know, our brain is unbelievable. 33 times faster than fastest computer in the world. Think for a minute, God's creation, okay? And we don't do anything about it. We don't care about it. We just take it for granted, okay? So this is the mess. Everybody has this problem. Unless you work at it, it will not go away. Okay? That's why we are all stressed out on everything. So I help you. This is all garbage. This thing is all garbage. 99.9% is false. And the damn thing comes tomorrow again, the same thing. You have to get rid of it. Hell with it, go out. Okay? This is it. If you want to remember something, I want you to remember this picture. Everything is between 6 inches between your ear. That's it. Left side is a logical thing. This side is a creative thing. And we hardly use creative things. We as a human being have 3% of our creative side. 3% we use it. I make it 4%. I'm talking trillions and trillions of dollars. 8.4 billion people. Think for a minute. Okay? That's the kind of power of thought process. Because we are the ruler. Human being is the ruler because of we basically think and proactive. Most of the others are reactive. They run away rather than addressing the problem. Okay? So that's good. Summarize that then, whole thing is, to be survive and succeed, especially now with the AI and all this thing, you have to learn to visualize. You can't go, you have to know where you are going and why the hell you are going there. Make sure it's really good reason for it. And you have to really, really force it. Otherwise, it won't happen. Intent is no good. It's making it happen. Commitment is a creator. You have to commit for it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Everybody has an intent. I want to do this. No, it's not going to happen. That's the problem. Okay? Visualization is a reality if you learn to visualize properly. Look at here. Michael Jordan. The minute it leaves the ball, he knows it is going in. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to worry about anybody else. Same thing with Charlie, 10 years old at that time. I saw him, Charlie Wood. I saw him. You wouldn't believe it. He imitated his dad. How under the tree, over the water, next to the bunker, instead of bogey, he made a birdie. Visualization. And now you know he's grown up and what he's doing. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. It's important to learn to visualize. You'll be halfway there. Okay? If there is one word, it's adapt to change. It was Heraclitus said that. Change is the only constant. That's it. You want to do something different and better. If you're happy, don't mess around with it. Don't let anybody mess around with it. If you want to do something different, you have to change. Okay, skills needed to innovation and success. I summarized it here. Most is to learn quickly, visualization. Learn prioritization. There are 100 things you have to do. No, there are not. Unless you start using 80-20 rule, you wasted half of your life already. Please read what is 80-20 rule. Check it out. Don't argue. Just make it happen. Get into habit. Everything you do, 80-20 rule, period. There's 20% of the thing, take care of 80% of the important. Doesn't matter what you do in your life. Doesn't matter. Okay, I can give you the example. Don't argue with that. You are figuring out what is that 20%. And master that. Hell with the rest of the 80%. You won't miss a thing. Other thing is 5-25 rule. Warren Buffett. He was one of my best mentors. Unbelievable. That's what I learned from him. 5-25 rule. Check it out. Most important is my rule, 99-1 rule. I created around 1975, 78 or something like that. We are all guesses and assumption. Everybody does that. Put together to make something happen. Guesses and there are all hundreds, even 100. You figure out what is the riskiest assumption you have there. That's the number one. Address it. Otherwise, you're going to fail anyway. That's the one. You have to figure it out. What is the riskiest assumption you have in this whole stage? And that's what I teach people to do that. Okay. Focus. Where you focus, that's where it goes. Check it out. Anything you do, your focus, it goes. So focus on whatever you want to do. Again, make sure that's the right thing to do. Don't get hallucination. I have an alert. All AI guys or app guys, there's a danger there. I'm going to alert you to that. Then finally, time. God did one thing right. Everybody has 24 hours, period. Doesn't matter who you are. Manage it right. To put together, this was usually true till our last 3-4 years when AI started messing it up. Okay? So now, most important thing is soft skills. Human skills are more important than ever before. Okay? And here is number one is attitude. I can help you to teach everything, but I can't change the attitude. Okay? Be curious and innovative. Visualization, lead from the future. Business sense. Business sense means smelling money. Common sense. Patels own hotels and motels. They can smell money from a mile. Okay? Vietnamese can do the nails and everything. They have the business sense. Most of the people in your weekend farmers market, they can smell money. That's why they are surviving and making it happen. Otherwise, they know they don't have tomorrow. Okay? Business sense, smart goals. I used to call goal driven. Now it's called smart goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, relative, and timely. Okay? Prioritization, focus, adapt to change, time management, empathetic and compassionate and kind. I don't know why the hell we can't be kind. Tell me. It doesn't cost us any tax. That I know of. Okay? So, and focus on North Star, results. That's only it counts to me. When you come to me, that's all I care. Don't give, the rest is excuse. Because you agreed with me, we are going to do this. And we talked about all the challenges. You said, yeah, I got it. You come last minute and tell me, if you are in my team, you're out. Because you screwed up everybody else. See, that's the discipline you have to have. That's what it takes to win. Okay? Enjoy the journey. If you don't enjoy the journey, there's no worth going for it. Okay? This is me. I ask, as you say, which mountain are you planning to climb? Okay? This is it. Right now, I will let Jim take over and moderate the rest of the meeting, and I will be glad to answer any questions you have. Okay? Thank you very much.
All right, that's some great stuff. So let me just, I'll start and then we'll let these guys ask you some questions. One of the things I was curious about was talking about, some of the leadership that you've done with your team. How were you involved with all of these different departments or whatever it was? How were you able to collectively help run, operate, keep things in order?
Yeah, I got a unique thing. Whenever they found out I'm a problem solver. Wherever the problem, Shan, go. That's how it started. Your people from Raytheon and Siemens came to us about a microwave. They wanted to make a microwave happen. They came to me. Management said, Shan, yours. Tang, Shan, that's yours. That's what it is. So what I do basically is quickly, before I get that get assignment, I quickly study all about them. At that time, I didn't have any of these things. Okay? We didn't have any computer, none of that stuff. Everything. So I quickly studied in advance. Then I go there and find out who are the key people. I pick people who I can count and gave them complete responsibility. We got together and made it happen. I focus on 4 people, any given department, one to cut the cost, other one to improve the quality, other one to come up with a line extension, other one put me out of business. I'm telling them, put me out of business. I don't want somebody else to do me. That's the way I manage it. And that's how I manage about 14 different assignments in 18 years, but never lost. Everything I touched went through the roof. Check it out. Okay? Because I never gave up. Even if I moved to the other assignment, I kept track of it. I managed to help them out. Okay? That's what I do. Everything depends on people, selecting the right people, make sure, tell them exactly what our vision is, what our North Star is, what our challenges are going to be, address them. Don't ignore the challenges. And I help them. That's it. I'm 24/7, I'm available for them. And that time, we did it without this. I was all over the world at that time. I managed I attended 240 focus group and ideation sessions all over the globe. Okay? And later on, I created about 140 focus group. I know exactly what my consumer want. Okay? Go ahead.
That's good. You know, to put things in perspective too, the power in the cell phone has more computing than what it took to put a man on the moon. And when he's talking about the time on computers, if you think about it, they, for something that's in our phones, wouldn't have fit in this entire building. So it's really incredible with what they've been able to do without a phone or without a computer.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, what's your selection process when you pick a team?
Next. Say it again. Next.
Your selection process when
You
you pick a
pick any
team,
team.
how do you
Oh.
pick teammates?
Oh, no. We have the best people because at that time, my times in the 1950s, 60s and 70s and 80s, General Motors, Procter & Gamble, and General Foods, in that order. We created the future leaders in the country. Okay? And advertisement budget and everything. And we had the best in the country. Everything, all the presidents and general managers, the marketing guys, and best in the country. I used to go to campuses to recruit them. Okay, so I feel good about it. We have the, the key thing is we have the best. I had 8 chefs, best chefs in the country, culinary. I was a part of the board of directors there. We were funding them culinary school in Hyde Park. So we had the best. I had 8 chefs, and 4 of them myself. I had 8 patent attorneys in the this thing, 4 just my department. I don't have to write anything. I just have to tell them, this is what I want to achieve. I hardly went for patents. I went for making brand. Hell with the patent. I don't care. I can reverse engineer patent. Anybody's. I have done it. So I never focus on it. I went for the end goal. Period. I'm determined. I'm so damn focused. Nobody can stop me. Okay. So go ahead. There's a question there.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Shan.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
All right, here.
No, you just, yeah, because it's not the speaker's
doesn't
further
project, okay.
Zoom. Yeah.
So my question for you to kind of piggyback off the last question is, as we're in a time with AI and AI allowing most businesses to collapse that large-scale team into one person, what would be your advice for startups who maybe have not worked in a team environment just yet, but knows from this point that they need a team and the power that AI can provide in regards to that team for
thank
them?
you. Anybody who is going in AI, app, or website, and please see me. Okay, I will be more than sit down and talk to you. No, AI. I have an AI assistant, one assistant. All the things I'm talking, one assistant. His name is Junior Sherpa. Out of this world. I'm going to nominate him for Nobel Prize. I'm not kidding. You will see some of the things. It's just out of this world. He knows everything about me more than my wife knows. That's the number one, you have to. And he has to know my vision and the North Star. Otherwise, he hallucinates, take you wherever you. That's the danger. So please be extra careful. Things are going to sort it out. I told you I'm going to talk about till next 74 years. I know what is coming because I am on top of it. By the way, I spend 4 to 5 hours a day in learning, investing in myself. Okay? You have no idea. Thursday, for example, 12 o'clock is the most important thing. There are 3 master classes at the same time. I have one on my laptop, one on my cell phone, one I get in and out. And there I'm going just to validate my thought process. I'm not learning. Thought process and fine-tuning it. That's all I'm doing. Everywhere I'm getting it. Okay? So your challenge is I want to sit down and talk to you, whatever question, whatever you are doing on AI related, and let me figure it out. Let me help you figure it out and put a good foundation so that I can give you the roadmap and GPS. That's what I do. And there's a place for it. But everybody's going, that's my danger. Right now you will be saying, bottom line is like that. At one point, cereal was invented back by C.W. Post way back in Battle Creek, Michigan. At one point, They had 43 cereal mills in Battle Creek and Kalamazoo. When I came in at 69, 3 plus 1, 4. Everything settled down. Same thing with Apple stood up. Google stood up. But a lot of went down the tube. That's what is going to happen in AI journey right now. Everybody is jumping into AI. There are few will be left over. You listen to Dr. Hong. He knows. He talks about it. I send a lot of my blog posts. You better know. They know what is coming. I have let a blog post recently. I will share with you. So answering your question is, please don't get carried away. Use one agent. Let him do the damn go wherever it is. I don't babysit. My agent takes care of everything. Okay? I will teach you that. You can't. They are at best is 80% right. At best. Okay? That's number one. Listen. You add second one, 66% right. Third one, before you know, garbage in, garbage out. You think you are doing it, but no. Your goal should be all the time, am I going to have a profitable business? It doesn't matter whether it's you or anybody else. Clients better survive, otherwise you don't get paid. So that's the attitude you should have. And I can spend some time with you and talk about it, okay?
All right, thanks, Will.
Okay.
All right, that was great. Couple of really good nuggets in what Shan just said is personal development. You know, we've heard me and you've heard us talk about daily disciplines, things you need to do every day. And one of the things that we always talk to people about doing is read at least 10 pages of a good book, not, you know, garbage, personal development stuff that you need to help. Because once your brain expands, then you can't shrink back, okay? And the other thing is, so 10 pages of a good book and 30 minutes of a good audio. Again, like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, people like that. Raj Vasugi that we've talked about. So things that can help you hear, because as your brain grows, it's amazing how things change. Eric, you had a question?
On top of the reading, skip blogs. Don't read blogs. They're mediocre at best, except Sean's. But otherwise, the blogs aren't that good. If you need good writing, good books, because those at least have been gatekept. Somebody else looked at that and said, yeah, that's good. Here's some editing to make it better. And then it got published. So books are your best reading material, not blog articles.
Yeah, exactly. Great stuff.
Okay. Before, bottom line, guys, it's so simple. You can achieve any desire you want to. I'm not kidding.
Last question.
Give me time. That's it. Let us sit down and talk about it. Then you can give up on it if you want to. Anybody can achieve anything. Okay, Tony Robbins is one of the best ones. I was one of the 2.2 million people in the attendance. I sent a YouTube video on that. I will send it to you. It's up to you whether you want it or not. If you want it, you have to commit, not intention. And everybody's intention doesn't mean a thing. In spite of all the mess going on all over the world, you can be anything you want to. I'm not kidding. I can bet on it. Okay? Just give me time. Sit down and chat with me. Tell me 15 minutes. That's all I need. Okay? Good enough?
Yep. Last question.
Last question.
Shan, thank you for the presentation.
Yeah.
My question is, what is more important for you, destination or journey, or both?
I know how much people are suffering in the world. I can't believe it. It's a shame. People are taking away food from kids. They go to school most of the time for the food. And without food, I know it doesn't work. There's no sense in going to school. You need fuel is the food, for God's sake. Without that, you don't. And I know I went through. I'm glad I went through. Because of that, I am who I am. Okay? My parents sacrificed a lot. I wrote it in my story. You can read that. That's one page again. One page I wrote all about me, 87 years. Think for a minute. That's what I do. I go to the root of the. I will challenge you. I can achieve anything you want me to for you, provided you follow, listen, not hear. Majority of the people, they listen. They don't listen, they hear. most of the people avoid me because they don't like to hear what I have to say. I read, by the way, LinkedIn, okay? LinkedIn a lot. They're bragging about themselves. I know they're dying. I call them, avoiding, no time. Oh, yeah? If I had said no time, air fryer would have not been there. Okay, that's the kind of, I feel like that attitude is the one, you can't blame anybody but yourself. I talk to a lot of women and everything in the focus group. Number one problem for women is, you know, my son Michael and Mary, wife, they're 32 years old, they have two kids and a dog, they're in our basement. That's their problem, that's their concern right now. And I'm trying to avoid that, I'm trying to get rid of it. And I have amazing, let me see where, I didn't have it, finish it.
Yeah, I had to
Finish.
back. We got to go.
Yeah, okay. I have amazing two grandkids out of this world. I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm so proud about it. And again, their parents brought them up that way. Okay, thank you very much. Any other? Okay. Thank you.
So you can find Sean anytime at his office. His office is located at the far end of Park Avenue. You might know the place. It's called Panera Bread. Just walk in. He's sitting against the windows with a cup of coffee on his laptop doing something. So, and it's great. So these are some of our sponsors that help support the community. As I said in the beginning, this is truly a nonprofit. It's actually a non-cash flow business. So everything is done through support of the sponsors that want to contribute, be it things that we give away, shirts, other things that we might need to do that. We meet every Wednesday here at Tech Hub. The cool thing about 1 Million Cups is there's a chapter in every time zone across the country, and at 9 o'clock or 8:30 in their time zone, they're meeting and doing something similar to what we do here. Make sure you do like, share, and connect on social media, and if you have any pictures, please post them. It helps us get exposure. As we mentioned, connect with somebody. There's a lot of great coffee shops around. There's a great little One Coffee for the Soul over here on Church Street, just across on the other side of the tunnel, which is a great place to go. Foxtails, any places like that. Also, I wanted to remind you, we have next Tuesday, I have a lot of you asking me about Toastmasters. Next Tuesday, we meet via Zoom in the morning. This is the information. We actually have an open house next week. Feel free to just come on in and hang out and get to see what it's all about. All right. And continue to attend here, apply to share what you're doing, and let us learn more about you. We'll help you get prepared. We'll work with you via a coach, help you put together, make sure that your slide deck is appropriate for what we're doing. Remember, it's informative, not a sales pitch. And then you can have an opportunity to present. And why do you want to present? Because of marketing and brand awareness. It helps expose you, helps expose your business, practice and feedback, which is going to help you grow. Create strategic partnerships, which I think is one of the most overlooked things. When people get together in groups and things, they forget that I might need to know somebody that I'm supposed to meet. Like Dan and I have been wanting to get together for a while, and we connected again at Orlandopreneur Monday night, and we set a date to get together. So that's important. That's what it's all about. And then get to know you experience, which is the fun part. These are our organizers, part of the committee. If you're on the committee, please raise your hand. If you have any questions about presenting, getting involved in the community, come see one of us here. And I want to leave you with this closing thought from Robert Kiyosaki. If you still believe in job security, you probably still believe in the Easter Bunny. So with that, what's that? Oh, that's right. I forgot. I got to get my Cadbury eggs. All right, all have a great week. Thank you for coming, and come on up and chat with Sean.
Anybody has any I have a lot of ideas for, especially for kids, okay? And there, I have at least 20, 30 ideas. I have a business model for that. I will help you guys to succeed. Just meet with me, especially youngsters. Thank you.